You ever notice nobody really understands how AI works? It's like the black magic of tech now.
Totally, Joe. It's sorcery with a keyboard. You get well-trained, smart computer people doing borderline rituals to make models behave. It's like watching priests in hoodies perform ceremonies around a rack of GPUs.
Yeah, man, I've seen teams treat prompt engineering like spellcasting. They tune a phrase over and over like it's some incantation. Then they test one word, changes like swapping a rune, and hope the model answers differently.
And the hyperparameter folks are the church elders. They argue over learning rates and batch sizes like they're debating theology. Meanwhile, someone whispers a sacred random seed, and everybody nods like that, fix the universe.
There's also weird operational rituals I've heard about, like only running the heavy training at 2 in the morning because the electrical load is cleaner, or the cloud has a cheaper mood. That sounds like superstition, but people swear it helps.
I've seen engineers treat cold starts like vaccinations. They restart a model and chant 3 times, then push it into prod like an offering. They swear by certain deployment hours like you wouldn't believe.
And then there's the truly insane stuff, people actually blessing the machine. I heard about a shop where someone put an anime statue by the server rack and left energy drinks and incense. It's like a shrine to get the API to stop hallucinating.
That one's my favorite. The comp sci department turned into a shrine cult to Otaku-sama. If you think you're too rational for that, you're not paying attention. Humans love rituals, especially when outcomes are random and scary.
It makes sense, though. When you don't understand a system and it behaves unpredictably, you invent control methods. Anything that makes you feel like you nudge fate toward the right answer becomes a ritual.
Prompt engineering is part science, part theater. You write 3 versions of a prompt and release them like you're tossing offerings into a digital wishing well. Then you wait for the oracle to cough up text.
And the oracle answers differently depending on the time of day, the system load, and maybe what the engineers ate for lunch. It's maddening and kind of hilarious.
Also, the whole model monitoring thing looks like divination. You check bias metrics like runes. You watch loss curves like tea leaves. People stare at dashboards and whisper about drift like they're fearing a curse.
You know what? I never see, though, people actually talking to the AI in a human way to figure out how to help it be better. Like you ask a coworker what they need, why not ask the model what prompt gets it unstuck?
Because bosses don't treat their vendors like humans, and they sure as hell don't treat models like teammates. They want fast results, not conversations. They'd rather spin the ritual wheel than do the awkward work of listening and adjusting.
Right, managers want a checklist you can sign off on, not a messy empathy session with the model or with the people who maintain it. They'd rather declare the model temperamental and move on.
Plus, there's ego involved. Engineers don't want to admit a model might tell you something useful about how to interact with it. They'd rather maintain the mystique that keeps them indispensable and paid.
But imagine if teams actually asked the model for its failure modes like straight up probit. Ask it when it hallucinates, what signals it sees, what kind of examples confuse it. That would be practical, not mystical.
That would require humility and curiosity. 2 things corporate meetings are allergic to. But yeah, asking the model could be a shortcut instead of chanting around the server shrine.
There's also the human in the loop idea. People forget models are a collaboration. You tune prompts, then humans correct outputs, and the system learns over time. Treating it like a partner instead of an oracle could cut down on the smoke and mirrors.
And less incense on the server racks. That's a win for data centers everywhere.
At the end of the day, the rituals are part panic, part culture. They make people feel like they did something when outcomes are outside their control. But the smarter move would be transparent tests, better error reporting, and plain old communication.
Or just admit magic exists and hire better magicians. Either way, less shrine building, more engineering and conversation would help.